Hi, I want to start off by saying thank you for coming in and teaching my class in my absence. So today you're going to be doing an interactive whiteboard assignment with the students. I created the lesson titled, "What figures could these be?" This is for my kindergarten class for their mathematics course, as it is SOL K11 A and B. The objective for this lesson is that the students will be able to identify, describe, and trace plain geometric figures: the circle, triangle, square, and rectangle. From there, you're going to open up the Nearpod activity. You are going to move the mouse over the Figures folder and click on Live Lesson. From there, it is going to give you a password that you are going to share with the students. For now, we are just going to click on Preview so I can go through what you're going to be doing with the students with you. I'm going to enhance this for you. So the very first slide simply states that you will be going over figures with the students. On the next slide, you have the different shapes that you will be going over with them. You are going to ask the class, what shapes are these? This is basically an open-ended question because you want to see how much the students already know. Make sure that when you point to the different shapes, they are telling you what the shapes actually are and not simply guessing. After they give the answers that they want to give, you explain to them that this is a circle, this is a triangle, this is a square, and this is a rectangle. On the next slide is a circle. You're going to ask the students to repeat after you and have them say circle. You are going to explain to the students that a circle is round. And because a circle is round, it does not have any sides. If the students ask what sides are, please explain it to them. From there, we're going to click on the next slide. It's a question for the students. It asks, which best describes a circle? And they're either going to click on round or has 4 sides. Please read off both the question and the answer to the students. This will be beneficial for both our visual and auditory learners. The next slide is a square. Again, have the students repeat after you and say square. You are going to explain to them that a square is not like a circle because it has 4 equal sides. You're going to need to explain to them that equal means that all 4 sides are the same length. On the next slide is a rectangle. Now, the students might be a little bit confused, so you need to explain to them that a rectangle and a square are very similar. But a rectangle is different from a square because its 2 opposite sides are equal. All 4 sides are not the same. Please show the class that this side and this side are longer than this side and this side. Another question appears on the next slide. It states, does a square or a rectangle have 4 equal sides? A square and B a rectangle. If the students are confused by this, please re-go over the material with them. The next slide is a triangle, and again, have them repeat after you and say triangle. Explain to them that a triangle is different than a square, a circle, and a rectangle because it has 3 sides. Now this question is basically for fun for the students. It states, what food do you think is the shape of a triangle? Now, most of my students can spell, but some words they will not be able to spell correctly. So when they type in their answers and you get very odd spelling words, just try to make it out to the best of your knowledge. Most of the answers will probably revolve around either pizza or cheese. This is the tracing slide. It is a draw it activity. The students are going to go over each shape and trace it with the marker. Here's just an example for you. We're going to click on that. And the students are going to go over and trace. That is a very bad tracing job by me. But they're going to go over and trace the square and continue through to all 4 of the shapes are traced. While they are doing this, please walk around the classroom and ask the students which shapes they are tracing to make sure that they are comprehending the material that you are teaching them. On the next slide, you're going to express to the students that this is their own activity. They get to draw their favorite shape. Make sure that they are not drawing anything else besides a square, circle, rectangle, or triangle. So for here, I'm just going to draw a circle. This is a very bad circle, and I am not very artistic, but you get the gist of it. This is the last section of this activity. You're going to start the quiz with the students. The first question says, which shape is round? You are going to read off square, circle, triangle, and rectangle. Make sure that you give the students enough time to click on the answer. Once you believe that all of the students have clicked on the answer, click on the next question. You're going to read which 2 shapes are similar. A, square and rectangle, triangle and square, circle and rectangle, or triangle and circle. This should have been a very easy question because a square and a rectangle are the 2 that look most alike. But make sure that the children are learning the material that you are teaching. The next question says, a triangle has how many sides? The triangle has 3 sides, the triangle has 4 sides, or the triangle has no sides at all. It is round. Make sure that the children answer the question, and once they are fully done, you click on the next slide. You're going to read which shape has 4 sides, but the opposite sides are equal. The square, the rectangle, or the triangle. The students will then answer the question, and you will be all done with the assignment. Once you express to the students that they are all done, you are going to continue to the next activity that I have planned.